Yes, sir. If I can just please get a badge number, and ID number, and a name, please. Unbelievable.
Now, well, look at that. It's the For the Record guy. Now I hear you saying, "Aye, Ragical, this is an old video." Why, yes, it is. But for the record, on the record, let the record show, I have not done a video on this lad. So without further ado, let's give him a Ragical roast, eh?
Sorry, officer. I just have to do that for the record.
You keep saying that, sir. I've already told you this contact's being audio and videotaped.
Okay, and as the...
Okay, and when you get stopped by a police officer, you're required by state law to produce those documents I asked for.
Okay.
Nowhere does it say that I have to give you time to play around with your electronic devices when we're out here on a limited access highway, which is very dangerous.
Okay, well, I can pull over and get off the freeway.
No, you need to produce the documentation so that we continue with this traffic stop instead of obstructing me.
I'm not obstructing justice.
You're absolutely obstructing me. You're in violation of state law now.
Hey, you calm down there, officer. You're not leaving me a whole lot of room to, roast the lad. I mean, this is one of my favorite videos. Mostly because the trooper is having none of it. This stupid on the record, for the record, let the record show. Well, what's gonna show there, little man? It seems like a cult mantra.
Okay, so this is for the record, sir.
You keep saying this for the record. Are you under the influence? Because you're very redundant.
Yeah, what he said. What he said. Why am I getting facepalm? Seems a bit redundant.
You're constantly repeating yourself. That's odd.
I know. That's because you're not answering my question, and you're supposed to.
A record.
Yes, sir.
Is this like an imaginary thing to you?
No. This is for the record.
The fact that I'm audio and videotaping you, I've explained that multiple times.
I know.
You seem to not understand it, but you still, at this moment, are refusing to produce those documents I asked for.
I am not. I'm just trying to proceed in a lawful, orderly manner.
Well, you're not doing that. You're actually doing quite the opposite, sir.
Yeah, imagine that. Your actions have consequences. Wasting the time of the officer after he's already asked you for ID and identification, or even your driver's license, which you are, by law, required to provide, and you're playing with your little electronic devices to do some kind of for the record nonsense. Why do these sovereign citizens actually believe they have some kind of privilege to stop the officer in his tracks and then just control the situation? That's the part that always baffles me. Especially when the outcome is exactly the same every time.
Okay, but I need a badge number in your name. For the
You
record.
need to produce those documents.
I will, but there's a process that my advice is...
Okay, sir, you need to step out of the vehicle, please.
For what?
Because you're refusing to identify yourself.
My name is
You're
Chris
not giving
Haywood.
me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
My name is Chris
In the state
Haywood,
of
sir.
Washington, that's considered obstructing a police officer. Refusal to give information.
I'm giving
it's a
you
crime.
information. My name is...
You've gone from committing a civil infraction of violating the speed law to a criminal offense now.
Sir,
That's horrible. I don't understand why you're doing it. Maybe you watch too much TV, or I don't know.
Well, let me explain it to you, trooper. You're dealing with a dick fruit graduate from the YouTube University of Southern Shittery.
But do you have a driver's license?
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you produce it?
I can, yes.
Okay,
and I will.
why don't you do
And
that
I will.
right now?
But I need a badge number and ID number, please. For the record. It's just for the record. We have
You keep saying that, sir. For the record, that's wonderful.
I have no idea
Your little
who you
video
are.
camera's going.
I have no idea who you are.
And you're refusing to give me that documentation.
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
As a matter of fact, he doesn't have to identify himself. It's a policy, not a law, or a rule, or a regulation, or a, stop brain farting.
What's that?
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
I'm Trooper Wiley. I said that
Wiley.
when I first walked
Thank
up
you.
here.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Wiley. Okay, badge number, please.
405.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
Here,
that.
I'll even do one better for you. This is my commission card.
Okay.
It has my name on it. It has my badge number.
That's
It even
awesome.
has my middle initial.
Okay, thank
Now,
you, sir.
I've done more than you have.
Sir, I don't see why you're so angry. I mean, I'm just
Okay,
doing
well,
it for the record.
when you wave back at me when you have that information for me, please.
Please, sir.
He's wondering why the officer is so angry. Well, if you're dealing with stupidity all day long, and you found the king of stupidity, you're gonna get a bit miffed. Let me just have more of these kinds of officers, not having any of it, not playing their silly little power play games. Now, there is a longer version of this video, but I can't seem to find it. And on that lost on YouTube note, remember to tickle the bell and all buttons around it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. For the record, on the record, let the record show. I'm gonna go back to my castle. Seems like a rather redundant remark, Ragical. Good job.